If you ain't in the Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro. She gonna give you more than 10. She can shoot, and she got work, bro. Man, she can wiggle, though. Matter of fact, what's she playing with, a women's ball? Women's ball?
Nah, she playing with the NBA ball. She can get 10.
She can still get money in that ball.
Kevin Garnett compared Caitlin Clark to Steph Curry. That's a big deal, but why are NBA legends so impressed with this young WNBA rookie? Let's break down what makes Clark's game so special. The buzz around Caitlin Clark isn't just coming from fans and media. NBA legends are taking notice, and they can't stop talking about her. These basketball icons who've seen it all are amazed by Clark's skills and potential. Kevin Garnett, known for his intensity and basketball IQ, sees something special in Clark. He's drawn a striking comparison between her and one of the NBA's most revolutionary players. Garnett said, "Hey, if you ain't in a Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bros. She can shoot and she got work." That's high praise considering Curry's impact on the modern game. But it's not just her shooting that's caught the eye of NBA greats. Paul Pierce, a clutch performer himself, was blown away by Clark's performance in a high-stakes game.
You claim you want the women's game to grow, and then you keep the most popular girl in women's basketball off the team. Sometimes you have to say, hey guys, this is bigger than the game, which it is. How do you grow internationally and domestically if you don't put her on the U.S. team? It just makes the most sense.
After watching Clark drop 41 points against LSU in the NCAA tournament, Pierce couldn't contain his admiration. He declared it the greatest performance I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament, girl or boy. Pierce emphasized the level of competition, saying, she didn't do this to some other little white girls. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought were some dogs. Allen Iverson, one of the most electrifying scorers in NBA history, recognizes Clark's offensive prowess. Known for his own aggressive style, Iverson appreciates Clark's approach to the game. He stated, "Man, she shoots the blood out of the ball. She's so great for the game. I think she's going to only get better." Iverson's words highlight not just Clark's current abilities, but her potential for growth as she moves to the professional level. Shaquille O'Neal, a dominating force in basketball and now a prominent voice in sports media, has given Clark perhaps the highest praise of all. Shaq declared Caitlin Clark the best female collegiate player ever.
You are.
Yeah, but she's incredible. Congratulations to her and her family.
Yeah.
The crazy thing is I'm just seeing her last year when they played LSU, but she's phenomenal.
He's not just throwing around empty compliments. O'Neal backs up his statement by pointing to Clark's unprecedented achievements, including leading the Big Ten in both scoring and assists for 4 consecutive seasons. These endorsements from NBA legends are doing more than just boosting Clark's ego. They're elevating her status in the basketball world and bringing unprecedented attention to women's basketball. When players like Garnett, Pierce, Iverson, and O'Neal speak, basketball fans listen. Their praise of Clark is introducing her skills to a wider audience and encouraging more people to tune in to women's basketball. The impact of these NBA legends' comments goes beyond just recognition. They're helping to bridge the gap between men's and women's basketball, highlighting the skill and excitement present in the women's game. By comparing Clark to NBA stars like Steph Curry, these legends are challenging perceptions and encouraging fans to appreciate the talent in women's basketball on its own merits.
Her range, her three-point shooting overall, her flair for testing her range every night and knowing that the other team's going to try to take it away, and she's fearless. She just adds another element of surprise that you can't really game plan for because it's so kind of just unseen.
As Clark prepares to make the leap to the WNBA, these endorsements from NBA greats are creating a buzz that could translate into increased viewership and support for the league. Fans who might not have paid attention to women's basketball before are now curious to see if Clark can live up to the hype at the professional level. Caitlin Clark's journey from college superstar to WNBA rookie is like stepping into a whole new ball game. The leap to the pros brings tougher competition and more physical play. It's a challenge that's testing Clark's skills and determination. In her first season with the Indiana Fever, Clark's putting up solid numbers. Over her first 13 games, she's averaging 16 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds. Pretty impressive for a rookie, right? But here's the thing, these stats don't quite match the jaw-dropping numbers she put up in college. It's a clear sign that Clark's adjusting to the faster, more intense pro game. The WNBA is a different beast. Players are stronger, faster, and more experienced. Defenses are tighter, and every possession counts. Clark's finding out that the moves that worked in college don't always fly in the pros. She's having to adapt her game, tweaking her shooting and passing to keep up with the elevated competition.
This was the greatest performance I've ever seen in the NCAA tournament, girl or boy. I mean, the obvious answer is Caitlin Clark, but let me tell you something before I get to her. I was mesmerized by her. We saw a white girl in Iowa do it to a bunch of black girls. Well, of course. That made it like, oh, that gained my respect. She did it to some girls from LSU who we thought was some dogs.
Defending champs,
and put them on their knee and spanked them.
But it's not just the on-court challenges Clark's facing. There's a whole other game happening off the court. The media spotlight is intense, and expectations are sky high. Everyone's watching to see if she'll live up to the hype. That kind of pressure can be tough for any player. Then there's the matter of fitting in with her new teammates. Gilbert Arenas, a former NBA star, pointed out a potential issue. He suggested that Clark's rapid rise and all the attention she's getting might create some jealousy among her peers. It's a delicate balance, being a star while also being part of a team. But don't count Clark out. She's showing the same resilience and work ethic that made her a college sensation. She's in the gym, putting in extra hours, working on her game. Clark's not just trying to survive in the WNBA, she's aiming to thrive.
Right? We've played. We understand when someone gets too much power without earning it, it pisses people off naturally. Right? We've seen it with LeBron James.
For example,
Reggie Miller, NBA legend and commentator, puts it in perspective. He said, "You're playing at the highest level, you're going to the pro ranks right. What did she expect was going to happen?" Miller's words remind us that this adjustment period is normal, even for a player of Clark's caliber. As Clark navigates these new waters, a familiar face is making waves of her own. Angel Reese, Clark's college rival, is also starting her WNBA career. Their matchups in college were must-see TV, and now they're bringing that excitement to the pro level. It's a rivalry that's drawing comparisons to the legendary Magic Johnson-Larry Bird battles of the 1980s. The Clark-Reese rivalry is more than just two players competing. It's a storyline that's capturing fans' imaginations and bringing more eyes to the WNBA. Their history, their contrasting styles, and their shared journey from college stars to pro rookies make for compelling basketball drama.
These WNBA players, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, who many are saying are the Larry Bird and Magic Johnson of the WNBA. Do you like that when you hear that?
I like it, and they are.
Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball goes far beyond her impressive stats and highlight reel plays. She's sparking real change in the sport, both on and off the court. Let's look at how Clark is transforming the game and elevating the profile of women's basketball. One of the most tangible improvements we're seeing is in player travel accommodations. WNBA teams have long struggled with budget constraints, often resulting in less than ideal travel arrangements for players. But Clark's popularity and the increased attention she's bringing to the league are pushing things in a positive direction. LeBron James, one of the NBA's biggest stars, recently commented on a historic moment for the WNBA. He shared his excitement about the league's first ever chartered flight for players, saying, "It's about damn time." That's amazing. While this change can't be attributed solely to Clark, her rising star power is certainly contributing to the increased focus on improving conditions for WNBA players.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA. But for her individually, I don't think she should get involved on nothing that's being said. Just go, have fun, enjoy.
The numbers don't lie. Clark is drawing more eyes to women's basketball than ever before. Television viewership for WNBA games has seen a significant boost since Clark's arrival. In her debut game with the Indiana Fever, viewership skyrocketed, with over 1.5 million people tuning in. That's more than double the average viewership for WNBA games in the previous season. It's not just TV ratings that are on the rise. Attendance at WNBA games is also seeing a noticeable uptick. Arenas are filling up with fans eager to see Clark in action. In her first few road games, several teams reported sellout crowds, a rarity in the past. This surge in attendance is great news for the league, bringing in more revenue and creating a more electric atmosphere for players and fans alike. But Clark's impact isn't limited to off-court improvements and viewership numbers. Her style of play is influencing the game itself. Clark's known for her deep three-pointers, reminiscent of NBA stars like Steph Curry. She's not afraid to pull up from way beyond the arc, and her success is encouraging other players to expand their range. Clark's court vision and passing ability are also changing the game. She has a knack for finding teammates in seemingly impossible situations, making no-look passes that leave defenders bewildered. This exciting style of play is attracting new fans to women's basketball, including those who might not have given it a chance before. NBA legends continue to voice their support for Clark, recognizing her potential to reshape the WNBA as she evolves in her career. Magic Johnson, known for his own revolutionary impact on basketball, has been vocal about Clark's abilities. He tweeted, "Caitlin Clark is must-see TV. Her court vision, passing ability, and shooting are unbelievable." Charles Barkley, never one to mince words, put it bluntly, "That girl can play. She's got skills that you can't teach."
I mean, what she's done for the game the last couple years, I mean, she is a shining star. She doesn't say a word. Yeah, she's never said a word about anybody. She just shows up and does her job.
These endorsements from basketball greats are helping to bridge the gap between men's and women's basketball, encouraging fans of the game to appreciate talent regardless of gender. As Clark continues to adapt to the professional level, her impact on the sport is only expected to grow. She's not just a great player, she's becoming a cultural icon, inspiring young girls to pick up a basketball and dream big. Her jersey sales have been off the charts, another indicator of her growing influence.